All right, yo, just some context. This is my boy Eddie right here, Gaffer NYC. We just having some downtime. This was called downtime. What's downtime, Eddie?
Downtime? Downtime is you play with
Your little fidget spinner.
you play with your fidget toy.
But it's supposed to be for gear, right?
Yeah, it's a gear fidget toy.
And you got the crafty.
And I got a crafty meal.
What we have in crafty cable right now?
I got pineapple bun with roast pork inside it.
Pork roast? Yeah, bro.
Roast pork.
That was something that we got ourselves. We chose our own meal because we're savvy. We kind of went to the place. We're like, yo, we got time, and clearly we have a lot of time because now we're just here. We have a beautiful lighting setup. We pivoted. This is the pivot light setup because the first light setup we did was ass. Why was it ass again?
Because we put it in the corner. We put it into a corner when we had this beautiful setup right behind us.
Yeah, this like beautiful. Like we're like, you know what? Let's shoot. We had a podium that's like you could slightly move it. It had the name of the school we're in, and we're like, yo. I was the visionary. I was like, let me think about the podium, but you couldn't even move the podium, like at all. Like it was like a shift degree and stuff. And then like we're just like, you go also we had this like there's house lights here, right? There's house lights here. Either you can't turn. It's either all off or all on. You can't do parts of it. So now you're lighting a certain part of the room, and like if you're lighting a certain part of the room, then it's not gonna work because then it's gonna be you only see a part of a room. It's just like, this is a grand, expansive space. And sometimes you gotta just use the space that's given to you. You know what I'm saying? That's actually like the thing that DPs and gaffers just have to do is just, you gotta go into a space and it can look, but it's gonna look ugly, by the way, when we shoot this thing. Like when it's a graduation ceremony, like we have to use the house lights.
Oh, yeah.
And we just have to just like, kind of just has to be.
You kind of have to bite it. Yeah, you kind of
yeah.
have to bite it.
Like some places you can't change, but during this downtime, you can change it. What's the lighting setup here? What we got?
Honestly, a very simple setup. We have just a diffuser, just a diffusion of, I think it's a full diffusion, going through a 200 XS, and then we have a small kicker hitting us from the back. Pause.
A backshot kicker. We call it.
Yeah.
We always like the back shots of Kicker Doom.
So for the smaller one, that would be the key light would be the big diffusion, and then there's like a little small light coming in here. I don't. It's like hitting like right here. You should see it.
Yeah.
I mean, I could probably turn it on and off.
We wanted it like it to be clear. It did look really good like off. Like we kind of did not need another light because it kind of had that perfect like shadow edge. But my thing is like this. I always like back in early my career, I used to always go into rooms, find the sun, and be like, gorgeous. Put it right there, and then I'd shoot an interview, or I once taught a master class. So I was just mainly only the sun, and then the sun would literally go up, down, clouds pass during it. So I'm just like, I worry about like, just like you do this amazing interview, we love lighting right now, and then this shit gonna go down
2 hours
or
later,
something. It's like it's not good. So I wanted to at least like have one light in the back to kind of like control. We can control that level. We can't control the other thing, but we can control that. So that's what I wanted with that. And I decided like, I am getting rid of the shadow that would normally be there that I like, but if it's for that level of just precaution, to me, I just kind of err on the side of like precaution, like, all right, we have all the lights in case things need to pivot, and that's obviously like the thing you gotta do inside a room is pivot,
I definitely agree with that. Although, it's really your choice. I mean, you're DP, so it's like, you wanted that little kicker.
Yeah.
I'm okay without the kicker, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's a valid reason to have it. So that's why I agreed with it.
Are you still in your shadow phase? What's your shadow like now? You like, I need 3/4, or I need that 8:5 contrast ratio. Like, what are you looking for nowadays?
I think nowadays it really depends what you're doing. I think I like to challenge myself. So it's like I like to do different types of lighting whenever I can. But this is the most common kind of setup. So this is something that I've definitely geared myself into. Like these are all my equipment, What I mean?
Okay.
So it's like it's
all your
definitely
lights.
this is all.
And this is like your high key setup, kind of.
Yeah,
right?
you know what I mean.
But you'd be down to like, well, for interviews and documentary stuff, you err on the side of high key, and then for narrative, you probably don't do stuff like this.
Yeah, I probably for like a narrative, depending on what it is, I think I'd lean towards low key lighting. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I have like most expertise when it comes to narrative filming. But when it comes to like documentary and like interviews, I think this is like a much more useful setup.
In all these like corporate shoots and like documentary shoots, like you always want to just do high key lighting, which like, do you get bored by that, or do you just think like, nah, it's like there's a time and a place for me to do that stuff narrative, but for here, it makes the most sense to like, tonally do this kind of stuff.
At the end of the day, I don't think I get tired of it. I don't think I ever get tired of like lighting, because this is still practice. At the end of the day, there's still like, there's like, every time I do this, even though we've done this 100 times, it's like, there's always a little difference, and there's always like a little challenge to fix and solve. You know what I mean? There's always like a, how am I gonna hide this light? How am I gonna hide that light? Where am I gonna put this? Where am I gonna put that? You know what I mean? Where does it make most sense to place it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's always fun for me. And it's like I like the background. I like the challenge of trying to figure out how can you incorporate the environment with the lights that you have. You know what I mean?
And what about the flow of a production of a documentary shoot where you did do the thing, you did do the oh shit, I think we saw our first interviewee.
Probably
We can talk to him. This downtime's ending soon, y'all. Downtime's ending soon.
Yep, I think downtime's over.
Shit. Okay, real quick. All right. Last question. The flow of production. You're a gaffer on a documentary. Do you like that you do all your work in the beginning for just the whole the next 3 hours of rounds of like your lighting was so good that you can just sit down now and we're just gonna take a bunch of interviews of these lights and that's it,
Oh yeah, that's probably the best feeling. It's because I'm like, I did all of this work. Now I ain't gotta do anything for the next 2 hours. You know, now it's camera work.
Yeah.
Now, and you know what's worse? Sound has to work now.
Oh, the sound gotta get going. So it's kind of dead quiet in here though. So I can't even like, if you heard a pin drop in this bitch, you know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of like crazy.
That's nice. That's a good sound day.
You sure though? Cause I'd be seeing you like, you just like be sitting in the corner like, and like I feel like whenever someone's like, is it a little too bright? You're like, what? What's up? Bright? What's up? Bro, it's some of the back into energy first. Is like,
hey, because it's fun. You know what I mean? It's like now it's downtime. Now I'm just on my phone. But it's like I genuinely just rather be like playing with the lights and stuff like that. You know what I mean? That's fun. That's fun to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you gotta enjoy this kind of job to keep doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you gotta be that one freaking. Are you a retired gamer?
Oh yeah. I don't play as much anymore.
All the retired gamers end up to this pipeline.
It's either you become a camera up or you become a car head. Yeah, you become a car head. That's the two things you do.
Car head. Yo, I'm not the car kind of guy. I'm sorry to say. I couldn't be that for me. Nah. And, DPs and gaffers do have a game of like, oh, look at that. Hey.
Hello.
Yes, right here. Okay, bet.
We're out of time.
Cool. Out of time.
Milo.
This is the rap
15.
right here. This is the part they don't show you in the movies. When the crew has to get back to work and, when the magic stops happening. Now we're here and no one's helping us out.
I don't want people to help me out.
Now someone's going to film us rapping.
I have a very particular way of how I pack my stuff.
Okay, yeah.
So.
It's exclusive.
It's exclusive with the Amarans.
It's his gear. Got the Aries and the Amarans.
Yes, sir.
Amarans is godsend.
For real. I know Aperture is more secure, but
Hey,
I love you, my Amaran.
As long as I take care of it, it works.
Yeah, just take care of it.
All right, and it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.